Pinnacle Crown, the apartment complex she and the other women stayed in until they met their mates. Both men were sexy as hell, and apparently didn't have an issue with sharing her. They made that clear right away. She'd found out they were close friends, even though one was a wolf and the other a leopard. But those weren't the only two watching her that night. She caught the eye of a dragon shifter, too. However, he never approached her. That didn't mean he wouldn't at a later time. She kind of hoped he did. "Are you cold?" The low rumble of the fourth male shifter to stake interest in her drew her attention to the tall, lean, muscled hottie with dark purple hair that fell over his ears. Quil. He was a wolf with an intense power that flowed around him. Taking in his half-nakedness, she smirked and said, "I should be asking you that." He wore only a pair of jeans with the top button undone. A few of the Daerian council members visited Earth every few months and traded various goods with them often. They brought all kinds of things home with them. Men's clothing, especially jeans, were the newest items. Quil liked them, and Shaylin liked the way they hugged his tight ass. "My body temperature runs hotter than yours." He stepped out onto the balcony and sat on the end of the hammock where her feet were. "And you don't have shoes on." There was a command in his tone, and she ignored it. One thing she learned about her potential shifter mates so far was they were overprotective and bossy. There was no way she'd show them any weakness. She pressed her bare feet to his chest, and he jumped, then laughed as he wrapped his large hands around them. She hadn't realized they were as cold as they were until the warmth of his hands seeped into her chilled flesh. "I'm not cold. It feels amazing out. I usually go to the beach on days like today." She set her book on the small round table beside her and leaned toward Quil. He cupped her nape with one hand and kissed her. It was soft and much too brief. "I have to go to work. You coming to the grand opening tomorrow?" "I wouldn't miss it." Quil recently opened a restaurant in the area where she currently lived. They called the area Imperia. But before naming it that, it was known as the Neutral Zone, the large patch of land that bordered all three of the main shifter houses. Now it was like a common business district, with a hospital, community center, shops, restaurants, and the Pinnacle Crown complex where her apartment was. She knew firsthand that Quil was an amazing cook, and she couldn't wait to see the restaurant on the inside. He was keeping it a secret until opening night. Of course, just about everyone from Wintervale would be there. She was sure some of the cats from Silvermoon and some dragons from Nightflame would also join in the grand opening. It was a good thing there was a large outdoor seating area to house all the people. What worried her was Nash and Storm would be there, and it was possible the mystery dragon from the welcome party would also show. The uncertainty of how the guys would react once all together was a nagging thought on her mind since realizing she had 4 potential mates. Would they fight for her attention? Would they make her choose? Gods, she hoped not. Adrian and Blake had found balance with their little harems of men, so it was possible Shaylin could too. How would she divide her time among 4 mates? And then when the children came, what then? Okay, she was getting ahead of herself on the kids department. But it was going to happen, most likely sooner than later. After all, that was why she was here, to help them rebuild and repopulate. Plus, she loved kids and wanted a house full of them. She still needed to find the balance first and see if she was truly a match for all 4. So far, there was a connection with Quil. Nash and Storm seemed to come as a package deal. Quil cupped her chin and lifted it. His ice-blue eyes held concern. "What are you thinking so hard about?" She opened her mouth, then closed it. Finally, she said, "You know Nash and Storm made it clear they want me as their surrogate. And yet here you are with me."